What's up everyone, Sunny here, and today we're going to be doing a product landing page. Today there will be no example. We're going to build this thing from scratch and it's going to look identical to this. So stick around, be ready to code. Okay, since everything's all set, we're going to go ahead and start. User story 1, we need a header. Our header needs an ID of header. Inside the header there will be a header image, so I'm going to say img. If you don't know what this was, this is just a shortcut in Visual Studio to just put in the ID one time. If I had a class, I'd do the same thing. I don't have to go ahead and type it back. So we're on number 2, within the header, a nav. Okay. Nav dash bar. Here we go. Inside our nav, we're gonna have at least 3 links. Okay. Oh. At least 3. Okay. I'll do this later. I can watch an embedded video. So how we're gonna do this is that we're gonna go to this video right here. We're gonna go on YouTube. And now we're gonna go ahead and share and embed. And you can just copy this and paste it outside of our header, inside the body. And that's it. And it looks like this. Alright, so we have to give it an ID of video. So we're gonna go in the front ID video. Okay, we're done with that. I need a form. The form is at the top. Form ID form. Inside the form there's an input with ID of email. So input all of these, what you just saw me click, those are just shortcuts. You see all of these shortcuts. I don't have to fully type the thing. I could just select it right away. If I want to email, date, color, whatever. It's just the amazingness of Visual Studio Code. If that's even a word. Within the form, input ID email. Okay. The email input should have a placeholder text. Okay, placeholder. You're gonna go ahead and type placeholder, enter your email. The email input, use HTML validation. Now this, you could go ahead and ignore this because once you typed in email right here, it'll automatically send the appropriate errors. within the form a submit input with an ID. Okay, so what they want us to do is create an input, a submit input. So you can type input type submit and give it an ID of submit also. And this is the label submit. Yeah, input. Okay, when I click submit, the email is submitted to a static page. Alright, so basically what they want us to do is click on when I click this, they want the form to redirect. They want us to redirect the form, redirect the user to this link right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this and put it right here. When you put it in action, action will do the rest for you. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so the nav bar should always be at the top of the viewport. Oh, okay. My product landing page should have at least one media query. My product landing page utilize CSS flexbox at least once. Alright, I think we're both done with what we need to put in. Now, wait, what? Oh, what is going on? Type submit value. Okay. Also, don't forget to put in your value in here. I was gonna forget. That is the actual text on the submit button. It's not outside. I thought it was outside for some reason. Alright, so now we gotta make our thing look exactly like this. So where will I get this icon? Original trombone. Alright. Alright guys, so apparently this logo is actually an image. I thought this was the only image, but this is actually an image. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's PNG, so it's dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it. I'm going to copy the URL of this image right up here. And yeah, and I'll give it a alt text just for semantics. Original trombone logo. Okay, cool. So now we can go ahead and put in our links, which is features, how it works, features, how it works, and pricing. Okay, so now all I'm doing now is just putting in basic info. So I think, oh, okay, so I'm gonna put this as my title inside the h1 tag. Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, and this is not a submit button. It says get started, so we're gonna say this. And as we go down, okay, there's this. I need to find this logo. Okay, so how I'm gonna do this is that I'm going to go ahead and create different divs. So each of these will be in their own boxes. So I need div id container id content, and inside content there'll be two different, so this is going to be my icon. So what I'm gonna do, what should I do? Okay, so I'm gonna put my div wait, no, actually this is a class and this is also a class equal icon, and this is DSC description. So I'm gonna copy the content a few more times, 3 times, 2 more times. Okay, so inside the oh, that was a mistake. Okay, so inside the DSC I'm gonna create a h1 tag and a p tag at the bottom, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, so boom, wait, what? Okay, I'm soon gonna go and look for the where I can find these icons, because I have no idea the names of these things. If it was just an image, I'd just copy, open it in a new tab and get the URL. Alright, and so far we have this. Okay, so now I think I'll go look for the icons, so I'll be right back. Alright, I think I've found my icons right now. So what you do is you go in your Google and you type HTML icons, right? Now you go to the W3 schools one. Don't go any further. If you get anything else, just go to W3 schools and then go down right here, font awesome 4 icons, not this one, not 5, 4. You can go down to font awesome 4 and you can copy just this link right here, and you can paste it inside your head. And I already done it. One thing I forgot to do is link my style sheet. So index CSS. Okay, so when you done that, you close all this and you go to font awesome icons. It should be the first one, but it should be the green one, this one right here, the green font awesome. and you search which icon do we need. We need this. This is fire, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna just type in fire. If you go, please do not go to the blue font awesome. Come to this green one right here, because the blue one is just different. And you can go ahead and copy this and put it in the icon section right here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Now you can go back and I'm gonna search for a truck. I mean shipping. Well, I got the truck. I'm gonna copy this and paste it in the second icon. I'm gonna also go and look for battery. I'm gonna go back, type in battery. Yeah, we're going for the full. You can just copy this right here. And we're gonna paste it. Boom. And that's it. I think we got everything. And booyah. Now we just have to go ahead and style it, but before that, we have to put the bottom piece, this. So we're gonna do the same exact thing, but we're gonna do it right under the iframe, the embedded video. So we can go ahead and type a div, right? And at the top, we're gonna use the H1. It's gonna be this, and the bottom piece is another div. So we're gonna call this prices, ID. No, well, yeah, ID prices. I'm gonna go ahead and class content, and there's a H2 I'm gonna put here. P, well, honestly, I'm not gonna go through the trouble of putting in actual content. I'm just gonna copy all of this and make it exactly like this, because nobody got time for that. And go ahead and make our button, call it select, and yep. Now, yeah, that's about it. Now we just have to copy. Wait. Oh, I just realized what I just did. I'm supposed to put this in a container. So I'm gonna put this inside a container, so all three of these could be in one container. So create another div. Okay, so now I could call this, what should I call this? Box, I guess. Box. Doesn't matter really. This is not really a very, very serious project, I guess. Okay, so now we got all three of them set. We could go ahead and put in garbage. Pure trash. 600 for lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum. Whoa, okay. I think there's a code for that. There's a way to make it repeat. I just don't know it. Okay. I think I should have copied one. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. Just okay. So now I'm almost done. All I have to do is this 900 and put this as 1200, and that's it. So what's going on here is this box. This box represents this. H1 will be this title. Oh, I forgot the title. So first one is tenor trombone. Second one is bass trombone. Third is valve. Okay, and we're about done. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, without CSS, man, HTML, what will you be? Look at this, so plain, simple. What a simpleton. Okay, so now finally we're going to just create a footer, and I guess okay, so now what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna put all of this in one div, and then I'm gonna send that div to the left, to the right. Make it simple. Don't have to use anything else. Just put all this inside a div and put in privacy. Okay, call this container. The reason I have so much containers is because, well, I have two containers. Because it's inside the footer, I could just say footer and container. Well, actually, wait a minute. Oh, actually, no. No. They're supposed to have a different name. So I'm going to just call this F container. Okay. And inside this container, there will be a section for this. So this will be in its own div. And this will be in its, no, this will just be a p tag. I'll just do this and give it an ID of content. Well, and at the bottom will be a P. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this right here. Okay, and also I'm gonna create 3 different links. So A, privacy, terms, and contacts. Okay, we're about done. You know, once we're here, we're just basically finished. Now all that's needed is styling. Okay. Honestly, for you people who don't use Visual Studio, you guys should really try this. It's really amazing. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start styling. I'm gonna set the border box. Box sizing to border box. I'm gonna set my margins to 0. My paddings to 0. Okay. Yep. And now first I'm going to go to my header and give it a position of fixed. I think, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And the height 20. No. A height of about 200 pixels. And give it a border so I could really see what I'm doing. 2 pixels, solid red. So this border, I'm gonna take it out soon. When I'm finished, I'll just fix it back up. Okay, so top 0. I think I should try position sticky. Is it? Yes, it is sticky. Actually, it's position sticky, top 0. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my image. I'm going to say header img because I only have one image. I'm going to give it a height. Well, the height's supposed to be automatic, but the width, the width is like fixed with 200 pixels. Uh, 400 pixels. Good enough. Good enough, I guess. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set this to display flex inside the header, so everything could be side by side. And I'm going to shrink this a bit, 300. The height, I'm gonna give it a fixed height instead, 90 pixels. That's too large. 60. With 200. No. 60. 300. I think I guess I could live with that for now. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and style my links. Header nav A, well nav A, give it a text decoration none to remove my underline. Wait, what? Header nav A. What's going on? Huh? What? Oh, text decoration none. Oh my gosh. What was that? Text decoration none. Color supposed to be black. Give it a font size of 20. I think that's too big. Okay, and I'm gonna give the whole document a global font family of Arial. I think the font family kind of looks more like Calibri. Everything kind of looked like Calibri to me, but I guess I'll just leave it at that. 18, 15, 16. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. Okay. header image, I'll give it a padding top of 20. Yeah, this is about right. Padding top. I mean, it won't look identical, but I mean, it's all right. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers for this, so I mean, I guess this is all right for now. Now, what I'm gonna do for this, that's an interesting thing. So I'm gonna give this a width of, I'm gonna give my navigation a width of 20, width of 80%. Okay. Now I have to position this thing. I'm going to give this thing a display flex. And I'm going to give my my links a little space for themselves. Padding left and right. 0 pixel top and bottom. Give it 20 pixels left and right. Okay, so now pricing. Now I'm going to give it a line height, actually. Line height of 100 pixels. I almost got it. 80 pixels. 85. I think it's pretty good right there. Okay. Now I'm going to give it a hover color. Color black, orange, no, probably orange. Boom. Okay, so now we're all set. The only problem I have now is this. It's on here. I want it to be here, and I think there's a way to do that by saying flex flow, I think. Can't remember. Nope. Flex direction. I remember there's a, oh, there you go. There you go. So as like, there you go. That's what we talking about. Yep. Now what I need to do is give it a little more spacing. It's row reverse. Is give it a little more spacing and increase the font size a little bit. Probably 18. And give it a more space, more padding. 50. I think that's pretty good. Compared to this. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's alright. So go ahead and remove this red border around the nav bar. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the center. I think I'm gonna put the header inside the form so I don't have to create an extra div for no reason. So I'm gonna do this. Now the header is right inside the form. So now form styling. Okay. So I'm gonna go right here and say form, give it a width of 60%, and now I'm gonna say display block, and now I'm gonna give it a margin to center it. Give it a margin top and bottom of 0, left and right of auto, and it's centered. It don't look so, but it is. And I'm gonna give it an inward padding. Well, actually no padding. No padding. So now I'm gonna go and style the header. H1. The font size is definitely too big. Font size 20 pixels. 25 will do. Probably, yeah. Wait a minute. This is not centered. Oh, my bad. I realized what just happened. The width is supposed to be fit content. Now it's centered. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give it a little bit of pattern. A margin top and bottom of 50. Nope, too much. 30, 20, probably, yeah, that's good. So I already messed around with the header. Give it a little padding. No, a little margin to the bottom. 20 pixels. And now I'm gonna mess around with the input form inputs. I'm gonna say color. Okay. So display block. Okay. And inside it, I must also set this margin to auto as well. Margin 0 top and bottom, left and right auto. Huh, they move together. Okay, give it a little padding to the bottom. No, top and bottom. 10, 20. Okay, give it a width. This is what's going on. A width. How much does this width look? For about 70, 60, maybe 70% of what's just inside. 70% then. Oh, damn. I forgot both the submit button and the, okay, both of them are considered inputs. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just individually style the. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say input, I think, and I'm gonna say type email. Okay, that's it right there. So if I say color red, I hope that, yeah, yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a width 70%, a height of 40 pixels. Too much. Actually, no. I think I'll give it a padding. I'll give it padding instead of height. Padding 5 pixels. And a font size 15 pixels. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, and that looks pretty good to me. Can I say that? No, actually no. An outline. Should be able to give it a color. No, that's no. Actually, never mind. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and target the button. So type submit. Oh, so this is called an attribute selector. So if you want to select something based on its attribute, just like I just did right here, you just put in square bracket, the attribute, and the value. So that's how you do it. So this, I just say type and submit. Make sure I put input so it can know what I'm talking about, which input. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a background color of orange. Padding 10 pixels, too much. 6. Font weight builder, font size, that's a little too much. And border, none. Okay, now on hover, hover, uh, background color, orange. I'm gonna bring the opacity down a little bit, so it just changed slightly. And also, I'm going to mess with the cursor pointer. And that's it. There you go. I mean, it's not looking exactly the same, but you get the idea. I don't know you know, I don't know the sizes of these things. I want it to look identical, but I guess this is good enough so far. Guess. Oh, oh, you see this? This is gonna be a problem. And the only way to fix that is to go ahead up here in header and set the background color to white, and boom, there's nothing. And that's it. Okay, now let's go back down. We're done with our thingum, with our form. We go down and say, what is this called? Uh, Features. No, this is, yeah, that's our features. Features. Okay. Oh, before everything, remember our buttons are supposed to, when I click it, for example, if I click features, it's supposed to move me right here like this. So how you supposed to do this is you are going to go look for your features container, this right here, and call it container. I think I should call it features. Features. Okay. And I'm gonna go up in my features and I'm gonna put ID tag features. That's the ID. How it works is the video, so hashtag video. And this pricing is prices. Change that to pricing. And go up and say tag pricing. There you go. Now if I click how it works, it moved me here. I mean, it's not perfect, but I guess it does what it's supposed to. Because look at this. See that? Same thing happened here. Same exact thing happened. So we're gonna just live with what we got. It's not perfect. Look at this. I wish it could have gone down a little bit more so you could see it. It would appear like this. Would have been real nice. But hey. So let us continue. We're gonna style the features. So how we're gonna do this is that we're gonna go up here and we have to set, so our content features doc content is supposed to have a display flex. So features doc content display flex, and before everything I'm also gonna move okay, I'm gonna give this a width to features. I'm gonna give it a width of 60%, and I'm going to set the margin to auto 0, top and bottom, left and right auto, so I could get it in the middle. And now I'm going to give it give it a margin top and bottom of 40, 50. Okay, now set this to display flex, and I'm going to go to icon. I'm gonna set the width to how much does this look like? 20%, around 20%. That's too much. 10%. Okay, and I'm gonna go down to the description and set it to 90%. Set our width to 90%. Okay, now the icon. I think we should be able to fix it by just send the font size to 100. Nope. Yeah, that's how you do it. 50 pixels. And set the color to orange. Okay, so now what I need to do is give them a little spacing between each other. So content is supposed to have like a little margin top and bottom of their own. Margin top and bottom 20 pixels, left and right 0. A little more wouldn't hurt. Yeah, just a little something like this. Yeah, pretty good. So yeah, so now only thing I need to do now is just shrink this H1 a little bit, and that's about it, really. So I'm gonna say features DSC H1. Now I'm going to just cut all of this out because it's just getting too long and it's really unnecessary. So font size 30 pixels, too much. 20, 27, about that. Yep, looks pretty good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just put this in the middle, and that's about it. Yeah, just put this in the middle. So I'm going to go down to my video. I'm going to say iframe. Set the margin 0 top and bottom. Well, actually 40 top and bottom, maybe 30, and auto left and right. I think I should set this to display block first. Display, okay, right here. I think the size is pretty good. Set the height to auto. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, I'll just leave it as default. Okay, now we're done with the video basically. Now I could just go to my prices. Pricing. Okay, I'm gonna go down to my pricing, and it looks something like I'm gonna stop my pricing, so I'm gonna say hash pricing. I'm gonna give it a width, the same amount of width as my features, so I'm gonna give it a width of 60%, I think. Was it 50% features? Yeah, a width of 60%, and oh, margin like this. Okay, and now I'm gonna give it a display flex to make it look like that. Okay, and I'm also going, well, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's all right. Now I'm going to start what's inside it, which is this box right here. Wait, yeah, the box. So pricing dot box. I'm going to separate my box with a pad, well, a margin, right 10 pixels. Whoa, what just happened? I'll give it a border to really understand what's going on, because I can't really pinpoint what I'm targeting. Okay, so it's like this. Alright, so what I want to do now is to better understand this is I'm gonna put a border right here too. I'm gonna put a border in the pricing, and I'm gonna give it a pricing, a padding of 2. Nope. Now you see the margin left that I gave to all of my boxes, it also affects the last box, so I don't want that. I want to set the margin to 0 for the last box. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go do this. And I'm gonna go and say last child margin dash left. Okay. Now we can just go ahead and target the H1. The header is too big. I'm going to set my content in the middle, margin. Actually, no. I think a text align would be alright. Yeah. Okay. I'll put a border around my box. Okay. It is a background color, gray, light gray. Give it a padding. Something's off. What is going on? So, okay. Oh, that is going on. Oh man. Oh. Okay, what I need to do is set the width for my boxes to 33.3%, which is 100% divided by 3. So each of them have 33.3%. Margin. Okay, this still didn't come out with last child, so I'm going to use last of type. And I'm going to set this to 0 pixels. Was it last child? What is... Oh, it's actually margin right. Okay. Oh, margin right. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go to my H1 and set text align center. Okay. Go inside content, which is this bottom piece, and set the padding to 10 pixels, around 20 pixels. Okay. Now I'm going to go and set my P tag, give it a margin top and bottom, 10 pixel. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. Now I'm done with this. I'm gonna go and style the footer. Gonna give it a background color, give it a height of 60 pixels. Okay, apparently the width is almost the same width as this, so I'm gonna give it a width 60% also, and margin 0 pixel to the top and bottom, and there you go, right here. Now I'm going to set this to display flex, right? And I'm going to move this to the left and use the same thing I used for this. I'm going to set the flex direction to row reverse, and it's going to move right here. Hope this works. Flex direction. Yep, there you go. I'm gonna give it a padding. I removed the height and let the padding do its job. So the padding is gonna work it automatically. I'm almost there. All I have to do now is mess with the links, footer, call this the links. Text decoration, well no, links A, and then I'll say text decoration none, color black, okay, give it a slightly different color. Now on hover, I just want it to be orange. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little padding. 0 pixels top and bottom, 20 left and right, too much, 10 left and right, 15 left and right. Yeah, that's pretty alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and style the last part, which is this P. I'm gonna say footer P, give it a margin top of 20, too much. Font size 20 is still too large. Maybe 15, 17. Yeah, I guess this is pretty good. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to fix the button and remove this red border. I'm gonna go back up to my pricing, remove this border, and style my button. Yep, it's a button. So pricing, button. And I'm just gonna copy the code for the button above. Now it has the exact styling as this button, and that's it. Alright, so now we're gonna try to make this thing responsive. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click F12, F12, okay, and I'm gonna move it around and see where I need to set my media query. Now what is changing up there, that is the width, because the more when I move this back and forth, it's messing with the width. So I realize when it's at 839, the works, because remember we set this as line height, that's why there's this big spacing, right? The reason why it's in the center is because we gave it a line height so it could push it down, right? That's why how it works is like this. So what we're gonna do is that when the header when the page is at 860 pixels, what we gonna do is that we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it under to be like this, right? So we can use display block. So let me show you how we gonna pull this off. Okay, so we're gonna go, I like to put my media queries right under the header area so I could actually pinpoint what I want to do. I mean, if you want, you could go all the way at the bottom, but I like to put it at the under where I'm targeting. Media, max width, and I'm going to get the width. I think it was 860. Now I'm gonna test it out and see. Oh, you see that? When it's at 860 pixels exactly, the background of my body turns to red. But that's not what I want to do. I actually want to make the content in the header, change it to display block. So I'm going to say display block. Now, you can't, okay. Now it's in block form. But now what I want to do is I want to move the image to the center. So I'm going to go and say header image, and I'm going to move it down to and I'm going to say margin 0 pixel top and bottom and auto. Wait, I think I should set this display block. Boom. And it's at the center. But I don't want this to be like this. I want it to be one on top of the other like this. So I'm going to go inside the nav. All of this is inside the navigation tag. So I'm going to go inside nav, header nav, and I'm going to say, oh my gosh. And I'm going to say display block. Wait, what? Wait, header nav, display flex. Wait a minute. Display block. Is it in? No, there's something off. Let me test something out first. Border 2 pixels solid red. Okay. Oh. Huh? Oh, okay. So oh, before everything, you know what we're supposed to do? Remember, the header has a fixed height, right? So it will never. Let me show you how the header look right now. Let me put a border in the header. Where is it? Where is it? Like this, right? Header. I go down. You realize the header never changed for anything. Even when I move the nav down, it still never changed. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go ahead down here when the page is at 860 pixels or less. We're gonna go to header and we're gonna set the height to auto. And now it's sitting right inside. It's stretching for the nav's sake. Now we're gonna go to nav and set the width to like fit content. And also I'm gonna set the margin top and bottom to 0 and left and right to auto. It's centered, but also I want to padding, line height. Oh. Okay, I understand. So what I did wrong is I'm supposed to be targeting the A tag, the links, the actual links. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say um, header nav A to target the links, the A links, and I'm gonna now say display block, and voila. Now you see all this space. I don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the line height to like 20 pixels, and boom, right? So now what I need to do, I think I need to make the image a little bigger because that's just way too small. Actually, no. Well, you know, probably. So I'm gonna go to my image, header image. What's the original height? The original width and height is 300 to 60. I'm going to try to change that to something a little bigger. So 400 by 80. Yeah, I think that's a little bigger. And also, I'm gonna give the nav. I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna set the text align of these to center, and I'm gonna increase the line height to give it a little more spacing between them. So 40, 30, 35. Okay, and give the nav, everything, all the links all together, give them a little margin to the top, 10 pixels, and that's it. Now I can go ahead and remove this red border. I think I should give my header a background color of something a little gray, a light gray. So some like light gray, something like this. So if you don't know what this is, it's just something built in Visual Studio. You can hover over any color and just mess with it in here, and you choose your color here and you mess with the transparency here. So that's gonna be a problem. Oh, that is going to be a problem. I made it transparent. Okay, probably need to do this. I need to try to get the color without making it transparent, and booyah, there you go. So now well, this is set by itself, so now I'm gonna mess with this. So if you look at this, when it gets to a specific size, the image disappears. What size is that? 560, 550, no, 550. At 550, the image disappears and it looked like this. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So right now the image looks so sloppy. So from here, what I'm gonna do, at around right here, like this, 811, 810 to be. At 810, I'm gonna make this image disappear. So what should I do? So, what I'm gonna try to do to make this disappear at 810 pixels is I'm gonna go down to where this thing is, so features, right? And I'm gonna create a media query. And at max width 810 pixels, I want to make this disappear. So what I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna try to target the icon box, right? This icon div right here. This icon div contains this. So let's go ahead and say dot icon display none. So let's try it, and there we go, it vanished. So now we have to mess with this. So what I'm going to do, is I'm gonna increase the size of the whole div that's holding this to 100%, right? Let me show you what I mean. So what is holding everything? Features. So what I need to do is just change the width of features to 100%. Change the width to 100%. And okay, and I'm going to go inside DESC, the DESC class, and I'm going to set everything to text align center, just like this. All of this is text align center. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to say dot DESC, because that's what's holding this text. And I'm going to say text align center, and boom. But there's all this space on here. So I'm going to try something right now. I'm not sure why it's doing that. So I'm going to try and give this a border. To really understand what is going on. Okay, so this spacing is just bothersome. Why isn't it not going to the center exactly? Content. Oh, I think I understand. So what I'm going to do is also set the width of DESC to 100%. I'm sure that's supposed to... Wait, what? Alright guys, so I don't really understand why this is not stretching to 100% of the div. So what I'm going to do to cope with that is just I'm going to set a margin 0 pixel top and bottom and auto, so it could be at the center anyways. I really don't get why it's not 100%, of the whole thing. There's no padding. I don't think there's any padding. Yeah, there's no padding, but still, there's all this spacing for some reason. So yeah, we can just do it that way. Now let's remove our borders, and we have this. And when you open, there's that, and you do this, and there's this. Perfect. Now time to mess with our image, with our video. So our video looks like it's increasing and decreasing. I think the height is automatic. So we're gonna go down to our image. I'm gonna copy this, go down to our video, and at 580 pixels, I want my video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a width of 100%, and I think I should just do it if I mess with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a width of 100%, and I think that should get close, do something. I think that's pretty alright to me. It's increasing and shrinking automatically. And yeah. Now the last piece of the puzzle is this thing right here. The display flex. This box. So it's pretty simple, but it's really annoying. So I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to set my media query. Right now I'm going to look for the size where okay, at around 1000. Let's look at the example. So first is 3, then you shrink it and shrink it and shrink it, and then it becomes 1. Around 700. So at 800 it shrinks to 1, from 3 to 1. So I'm going to try to do the same thing. So right here I'm going to switch it to 1. So how I'm going to do this, so when it gets to about 1030 pixels, I'm gonna put them in block form. So this gonna be on top, this at the bottom, that at the bottom of the last one. So let's do this right now. 1000, how much? 1030. 1030 pixels, and I'm going to mess with the okay, box. I'm gonna set dot box pricing dot box display block wave. I think before that, I'm going to go inside the pricing, because remember it's display flex. I think I should just change it. So I'm going at 1030 pixels. I'm going to change the pricing also. So I'm going to change it to display block. And there you go. Now, I need to really understand what is going on. So I'm going to set my border 2 pixels solid red. Okay. So I want my box to be in the center. So I'm going to say margin, well, 10 pixels. Top and bottoms, auto, left and right. Yeah. And I'm going to give it a width of 60%. So and go like this. And there you go. You know why this is happening? Is because up here, where was I? Right here, we set the margin to 0 pixels, margin right to 0 pixels. So I think if we go up here, so I think, how do I fix this? Set my margin right for this to 10 pixels. So I'm going to copy this. Margin right. No. Auto. Okay, auto. Okay, so now I could just remove this. And what I realize is that as it shrinks, it turns thinner. But what I want is I want to make it a fixed width. So I think what I should do is give it a width of 400 pixels. That's too much? 200, too little. 300. I think that's about it. So as we shrink, I'm gonna try to do something. Okay, so now I'm going to set the width of pricing, the container holding everything. I'm going to set it to auto so it could automatically adjust. I think the height is already automatic. Okay. And I think that's about it. I think the footer don't need anything, does it? The footer doesn't really need anything. And that's about it. Okay, so only thing that's left to do is go ahead and test our code. I'm gonna copy the HTML. And the CSS. Okay, let's test this thing. Something's wrong. Okay, so what I had to do is I had to switch browsers because the browser I was using wasn't really working. So I'm going to try this again. And whoop, product landing, 15 out of 16. Okay. Okay. I think the problem might be this. The way I copied it, I copy a full stop in this bracket, so I'm gonna take that out and try again. Huh? Okay, guys. I'm trying to find the problem and still get an error. 15 out of 16, but I'm just gonna leave it because let me show you. 15 out of 16, right? Now let's look at the example up here, right? Oh man, this example, right? Now if I go ahead and type in this email, any random email, this is where it redirects me, right? In this page. Now let's go look at what I built. Check it. It redirects to the exact same page. So I'm not sure what they're looking for, but it does exactly what they want it to do. Because if you look down here, when I click submit, the email is submitted to a static page. This is the static page. I'm not sure why it's acting this way, but I mean, you guys see the proof. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any problems other than this, feel free to comment, like, subscribe. Peace.
Perfect.